Hi guys, it's Alex from Andertons Drum Department, here with Craig Blundell once again, having a look at the TD15KV today for you. For those of you that have seen the previous video that we did, we were looking at the TD30. This is the baby brother of that, kind of like more the mid-range kits that Roland have to offer. So yeah, Craig, can you tell us about this one?
Hi guys, it's cool to be back again and presenting the next kind of range of V-Drums for you. This is the TD15, so the TD15 sits right in the mid-range of all our kits. TD11, 15, then we're on to the 30K and KV. This is the KV, so it has the mesh pads, a bigger floor tom, whereas the K has a smaller configuration, as you know. TD15, the big deal with 15 is the fact that it has, once again, like its big brother, SuperNATURAL sound engine. So it's triggering at the same speed, just like the 11, the 15 and the 30, it's lightning quick. And we still get a lot of editing parameters that we did on the big brother, the 30. Obviously the 30's had a lot of exposure on YouTube, and the general consensus with guys trying to get to that sort of level of kit is the affordability. You know, so this is kind of right in the mid-range. It has some amazing editing parameters, of which we can demonstrate today. 50 preset kits and 50 user kits, but that pretty much now it just doesn't really matter anymore because you save your kits to USB keys, so you can have 1,000 kits in your pocket if you wanted to. So there's, if you like a snare sound, you can model it, do other things with it, and then save it to your USB key. And you've just got a wealth of power in your pocket, as it were, really. Yeah.
So Craig, do you want to show us some of the kits that TD15 comes with?
Of course. So there's two ways I can get to the kits. Obviously on my arrow buttons at the bottom here, or we have a big value dial. Now, they go 1 to 50, and then you see the preset kits after there. All I've done today is I've saved my kits in an order, basically. Upload them on my USB key, and that's the kind of order I do my clinics, basically. So if we start from sort of 51, it's one of my Frost kits there, we'll go 52, so we've got a premium kit. So the first thing you kind of notice when you're playing it is obviously because the SuperNATURAL engine, it's very, very quick.
Very realistic.
Yeah, absolutely. It's how it feels on the hand. So wherever I play around the drum, and obviously with VH11 hat,
very, very responsive. Yeah.
So if I go through some of the other kits, blast beat kit, all the hoodies love a blast beat kit. Compact jazz, ambient spiral, so we have tablas, different effects, because obviously we're using the 3-way trigger on the ride cymbal, 2 on the toms. Very cool ambient sort of thing. Yeah, they got a disco kit, which I really like. A punchy snare.
The thing I'm getting with these sounds, I'm noticing that they sound really kind of fat already. So if you're a producer in the studio, you can just take the stereo out and you've kind of got that real fat sound already.
Pretty much, yeah. I mean, they're EQ'd quite aggressively. That's one of the first things that when I got sent the modules to look at and program and just spend some time with, it was the general EQ. I mean, E-kits over the years have always kind of sat in that, when in a mix, they sit really in that mid, they don't pop out. I want a snare drum to pop out at me, you know? And so the EQing wise, it's pretty cool. And
it's got built-in EQ.
Totally, totally. And if you want to edit that, I can do. I can absolutely edit each individual instrument as well, so I can make it stand out. So if I go to do something like this, where are you? Yeah, ring modulator if you wanted to. It's quite cool, so it's a wide beats kit. It's kind of big and fat as well, you know, which is great. So it's pretty much never ending. We've got a whole host of percussion in there as well. There's loads of backing tracks, but once again, if I wanted to, with my key, I can just pop it in and play along to whatever I want to, really. Yeah, usually smart. So percussion, so a whole host of percussion. And we've got a great rhythm coach as well, so amount of guys that practice along to a metronome or looking at playing in time, it has a really good inspiring rhythm coach, which I think we'll probably show on the TD11 on probably the next video of the power of the rhythm coach, because it's really, really cool. So let's have a look at some of the editing. I mean, the kit's great, preset, it's straight out of the box, you can play it, which is great, but where it really comes into its own, if you're really trying to personalise your own kind of unique voice, you can edit it. So let's swap places. Cool. Let's go through some different instruments and see what sort of sounds we can come up with.
Yeah, wicked.
So now we're going to look at some of the basic editing functions, and like we said, it's great to play it out of the box, but where you get the real fun is creating your own sounds and your own voices, basically. So what the 11 and the 15 has is a quick record function. So it's really simple, just to press record, play yourself, and then listen to yourself back. But you can also create your own loops. So for example, if I press quick record here, it will say on the screen, hit pad to start. So it's basically, as soon as you hit something, it's going to start recording. So if you want to drop a little loop for me, something simple. Okay, if I just press stop, I can play it back.
And then it's there, and it's going to loop.
Absolutely. So what you can then do, you could play a longer one, or you could save that. So for example, now I'll press play again, and you play a loop underneath it. Yeah, 2, 3, and. Cool. So obviously you can play for longer if you want to. You can set yourself some challenges. You can do it in odd time signatures. You're into the prog thing as well, which is pretty sweet. So let's look at a few editing options. So once again, the kit is great, very powerful out of the box, but you can really create your own kind of unique voice again if we do a bit of editing. So if you hit the snare drum for me, I press instrument, and you can see the snare on the screen. Mahogany snare. I press edit, and then I'm faced with a load of editing possibilities. Now I can access them on the arrow buttons, very easy, up and down. And when I want to edit, I just turn the value down. So for example, tuning, if we're just hitting the snare, if you want to play a roll, and we go from there to muffling, so how long you want the drum to ring out for. I mean, I kind of like the really open, when I'm recording a really open drum sound. So muffling. Then we have the snare strainer, so how tight you want the snare strainer to be, which is pretty cool. Now we have here is tone colour. Now, I'm not trying to explain about tone colour. For me, it's where, if I always had a microphone in the kit, it's where that goes around the kit to get that sort of sound, basically. So if you keep playing the snare, I'll move the tone colour. So that, for me, would be a microphone right underneath, moving it around, almost inside the drum. It's pretty cool. And then we have the general volume of each instrument separately.
So that's like a submix.
Yeah, pretty much. And then we can pan it. So if we're playing again, I can pan it all around the screen, which is pretty cool. And the general kit off that screen, the general kit volume, and the actual pedal hi-hat volume as well. So that's just taking a snare drum. For example, if we take a tom now, so I edit off that screen. Once again, we'll take the tom, and you can hear it rings out. It's got a really nice little overtone to it. Obviously, once again, using muffling, I can control that.
So that's completely dead.
Yeah, pretty much. And we can also add snare buzz. So if I'm in an environment where I'm recording, and generally if I'm playing my acoustic drums, you get a lot of snare buzz in the mix. So I can also dial that in if I wanted to. So hit floor tom again. There's a snare buzz. And tone colour. This for me, we talked about like almost like moving the microphones around. This is great for the toms. I really like this on the toms. You can get the real attack. Get right in the mid if you wanted to.
That's amazing.
And obviously we can change the volume if we wanted to. So tone colour. And I'm just going to show you the power of SuperNATURAL. If you keep playing the tom, we'll almost detune it to that sort of gong drum. Gong drum, so it's great for all the metalers and proggers, basically. Now I can do that. Obviously, this is just a preset kit, so I could say, right, let's detune all the toms, let's make the bass drum really big, etc. So let's do that really, really quickly. So if we hit this tom, I'm gonna stay on this. See, it flicks, stays on the same screen, but the second instrument. So tom 1, I'll detune it. Okay, so next tom, and finally the face. Good. Let's hit the kick. Good. So we're going to detune it right off. We're going to take all the muffling out of it. There we go. We'll add a little bit of snare buzz if we wanted to. tone colour. So we've got that real attack if we wanted to.
Yeah.
We'll take the volume to the max because it's rock. There we go. Yeah, so let's look at the hi-hat. So we can hit the hi-hat. Cool, and play them open. We've gone for that really big sort of sound. Yeah. Brilliant. We can fix them if we wanted to as well. So they're normal hats. Now I have 4 stages of fixing, which means if I want to play double kick, they'll stay fixed.
Like a clutch, basically.
Yeah, pretty much.
So we've got like an auxiliary pair as
absolutely, well. Absolutely. There's a lot of kits that when they're programmed uses the second tom as a hi-hat.
Yeah.
You'll see when I play my piece at the end, I'm using the second tom, and also it just acts the same as a hi-hat. One pedal will operate both of them, which is great.
Awesome. So
that's our kits. That's a kind of more heavy kit. If we hit the snare again. Now, if I wasn't happy with that snare drum, if I just go to menu, I go to instrument, then I can change the actual snare. So if we keep hitting the snare, we can keep going. It's bass drum, maple. So we'll take it like a maple, we'll edit that, and we'll just detune it. There we go. Take them off, detune. We've got that open sound.
Yeah.
You hear the overtones on it as well, but once again, I can, and there's my kit. Hit the cymbal, we're going to go for like a big thing. So let's just hit the cymbal, stay on the cymbal on its own. Once again, we can detune it. If I wanted to, I could choose any one of the instruments out of there. So if we hit the cymbal, I'm going to go to the group. We've got hi-hats, crashes, rides, percussion. So let's go for a dark crash. Dark crash. We'll make it big. So we'll edit that, and we'll just detune it.
The editing is literally on every single part of the kit.
Absolutely. So there's our kit. So let's drop something down. Great. Now on the flip side, we can change that, and let's do it really, really quickly. So I'm going to stay on this screen. So hit the snare drum for me, and let's. Let's go tiny and crash. And kick. There we go, got like a kind of drum and bass vibe. Right. So what I could then do is say, right, and I'll put my USB key in. I really like the sound of that kit, so I'll set it to USB key and I'll put it into my folder if I wanted to. And that's saved, absolutely. And all the factory kits stay in there, and it's like, right, I'm going to put this in for the certain gigs or different ones I want to do. So that's pretty much scratching the surface. You can go a whole lot deeper with the editing and the EQ and some crazy stuff you do, but I'll probably do that with TD11 because this has a baby brother, which is the TD11, which has a whole host of like amazing editing things as well. So you can really once again create your own voice. But the best way I say about supernatural technology, and especially with the 15 and the 11, is we can talk about supernatural and we can talk about how it feels. The best way is just to play.
Exactly.
Is pick up a pair of sticks, go into Andertons, sit and play. It's the best way.
From another drummer's point of view, it's so realistic in terms of getting as close to an acoustic kit feel as possible, but then you've also got all that technology built into the module, so it's really endless what you can do with this kit. So
totally. And it is plug and play. You can go in store and you can sit and play to your heart's content. But where the real power, where the real fun, especially for me, is editing and thinking, right, I really want to create some amazing kits in the genre the music that I play. So it's like maybe some guys don't play lots of percussion, they just want to play metal. We can design 100 metal kits and have them in your back pocket and just upload
take them on the gig.
Absolutely. So it's fun more than anything really, but it's a smile on my face anyway.
So that's the TD15KV. Thanks to Craig for coming down, showing us what it can do. Incredible bit of kit. Got any questions? Hit up the comment box down below, or andertons.co.uk. Come into the store, see for yourself, have a play. Really recommend that you come and check these kits out because they are great. Check out some of the other videos we've done. Obviously TD30, you might have already seen that. There's a TD11 one as well, which is the baby brother to this kit. So yeah, thank you very much.